I hate paying for subscriptions, but I do love to watch a good show. And in some ways, subscriptions are cheaper than having to buy all the videos outright that you want to see. But it is frustrating that money leaves your bank every single month when you're paying for Netflix, whether you watch one movie or 50. In this video, I'm going to cover the current price of some of the most popular subscriptions: Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, Paramount, and Peacock, just to name a few. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can get paid for watching movies. We are also going to cover platforms that aren't exactly ideal for this, but potentially are still very ideal, like Netflix, Spotify, and Amazon. If you are watching this video, you are probably already an investor, aspiring investor, or someone that just hates paying subscriptions and is looking for an easy way to never have to worry about paying them again. And if you identify as any of those, then this video is for you. So what's the overall idea? So the overall idea is that we invest in the parent companies that own the subscription platforms that we already pay for, so that 1, paying for your subscription each month supports your investment. 2, companies that pay dividends will pay you passive income to own their stock, and you can automatically pay your subscription with those dividends. And 3rd, appreciation on those stocks can potentially earn us a lot of money over the long term. And hopefully by the end of this video, you can comfortably swallow the pill of paying for your favorite subscriptions. Now for starters, I'm going to have to use this free subscription for life calculator. If you trust me completely, then go ahead and skip the next 1 to 2 minutes while the rest of us check my work and make sure that it makes sense. So on this free subscription for life calculator, you're gonna see this top section are all numbers that we will hard code. So the monthly subscription cost, in this case for the example, would be $1. The current stock price, $1, and the annual dividend yield, let's just say it's 5%. So that would mean you would earn 5 cents a year in annual dividends, and the annual subscription cost would be $12, or $1 a month times by 12. Then we would need to know how many total shares we need to get $12 in annual dividend payouts. And in this case, that would be 240 shares, which would be the annual subscription cost divided by the annual dividend yield. And finally, we'll give you the total investment amount needed today to be able to buy that many shares so that your subscription is paid off every single month. And how that's calculated is the total shares needed multiplied by the current stock price. So let's jump into the first one. All right, so first of all, we have Paramount Plus, which is $5.99 a month. You can see what you get here, but let's go and put it into our calculator. So the subscription cost is $5.99, and now we need to check out the current stock price. Current stock price is $11.18, and the annual dividend yield is 1.78. So that means that you would be getting 20 cents per year per share. So that would make your annual subscription cost $71.88, and your annual dividend yield is 20 cents per share. So the total shares that you would need is 361, with a total initial investment of $4,038. If you wanted Paramount Plus with Showtime, then all we need to do is come over here and change this $5.99 to $11.99, which shows that we're gonna need 722 shares to be able to pay for our annual subscription costs. The total initial investment is $8,083. So next up, let's go look at Peacock. And Peacock you can sign up for at $5.99 a month plus tax. So let's just go in here and put in $5.99, and let's check the current stock price. Comcast owns Peacock and is currently trading for about $43 a share and has a 2.85% annual dividend yield. So we can come in here and put in $43.38 per share and a 2.85% annual dividend yield, which means that per share each year we're going to be making about $1.24, and with an annual subscription cost of $71.88, we are going to need 58 total shares, which will cost us $2,522. And obviously the price was a little bit cheaper if you paid annually rather than by month, but at least you'll get a general idea here. But now let's say you want Peacock Premium Plus, which is an additional $6. So I'm just gonna come over here and say $5.99 plus 6 is gonna be $11.99, which is gonna make our annual subscription cost a little bit higher, $143 a year, and we will need a total initial investment of $5,000, which will buy us 116 shares of Comcast, and that would automatically pay our subscription to Peacock every single month. Just with a quick side note that this doesn't mean that all of them pay a monthly dividend. I believe most of these actually pay a quarterly dividend, but over the course of the entire year, the dividends would have paid for the total amount needed to pay your subscription every single month. So before we go look at Disney Plus, let's go look at these investments over the long haul. So if we go to Paramount Global here, you can see that over the past 5 years, this has had a negative 75% drop in value, which is pretty significant. And with this annual dividend yield, it makes me wonder, will they be able to hold an annual dividend yield of 1.78% with their stock price dropping so dramatically over the past 5 years? On the other hand, you have Comcast, which over the past 5 years is up 10%, which with an annual dividend yield of 2.85%, that's actually pretty high. That's a pretty good annual dividend yield. And the fact that the stock is also up 10% seems like this could potentially be a good long-term investment, and not just to pay off your subscription service fees, but just to have a solid return in appreciation while you're also getting your dividend payouts. Next, let's check out Disney. So Disney is a package deal, and we could go in here and choose ads or no ads, but what I mean by a package deal is that the basic Disney Plus, you can pay $19.99 a month and you get Disney Plus and Hulu. Or you can do the Trio Premium, which is Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus, and that one comes in at $24.99 a month. So these are definitely a little bit more expensive. So let's go see how much stock we would have to own in Disney to be able to pay off these monthly subscriptions. So I'll put in here $19.99 a month, which makes our annual subscription cost just under $240. Disney's current stock price is trading at $114, so we'll add that here. And their annual dividend yield is 0.66%, so it's much lower than the other ones. So we're gonna put that in. So as I mentioned, the annual subscription cost is $240. The annual dividend yield is 75 cents per share, which means that you would need a total of 319 shares, or a total initial investment of $36,345. Now I want to see that duo bundle right next to the trio bundle. So I'm going to come in here and put in $24.99, and you're going to see that we need 398 total shares to make the $300 a month in annual dividends. And these are some pretty hefty price tags for an initial investment. So before we throw our hands up in the air and just say that is way too much money, let's go look at the appreciation of Disney over the past 5 years. Currently, Disney is up 5% over the past 5 years, which doesn't seem very good. But if you've been following Disney more closely, you'll know that they had a drop just like everybody in March of 2020. And then their stock price went as high as $197, and since has had a pretty steady decline. There is a lot of exciting news around Disney lately, and that could potentially drive the stock price to go up. Now, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I'll let you be the judge of that, not every one of these streaming services pays an annual dividend, meaning that you can't buy enough stock to have it automatically pay you out every month or every quarter to be able to pay off your subscription fees. However, there's a handful that are public that are worth looking at. The first one that I found extremely interesting is Spotify. I use a Spotify app every single day, and I've been paying for Spotify for years. Unfortunately, I never bought Spotify stock because over the past 5 years, it's up 83%. Another good example of this is Netflix. Netflix is up 71% over the past 5 years and is another subscription that I actually just recently started paying for myself. The final one that I'll discuss here is Amazon. Now, Amazon is a stock that I've owned for over 5 years and is currently up 98% over the past 5 years. So while I haven't realized any of my Amazon gains yet, it does make it more comfortable for me to want to shop on Amazon and pay for Amazon Prime, which also gets me Prime Video, which does come in handy occasionally. So these are some of the most popular subscriptions, at least in my life, that I know I can go and invest in other ways than just paying for them out of pocket every single month. And as always, this is just the start of the discussion. Let me know in the comments down below what subscription investments you like the best. Thanks for watching.